Kaepernick
one person been to a Super Bowl, one person hasn't.
Lamar will be there soon. He may be there.
And if was a fifth, we all be drunk.
I get it, but he's gonna get there this year.
Hey,
how many MVPs Kaepernick have?
San Francisco
None.
is 3-5. So we can't.
All I know since Kaepernick left, what has San Fran been?
Yeah, not that great. Hey, but Lamar, he's on the move, man. He'll get there. All right, moving on. Let's jump into NBA, guys. NBA, man, it's been a bit surprising this year, and then a bit expected from the Lakers and old age to the rule change to the Kyrie saga. It's been interesting so far. I want to just shout out the Washington Wizards on their 8-3 start. Number one.
In the Eastern Conference
right now.
They're number one in the East, right?
Number one in the East. Them and the Bulls are tied at 8-3. And I think the Wizards have the winner right now. They have the whatever.
Yeah, they beat the Bulls last week.
We're top of them right now. So shout out to the Wizards. Shout out to the Bulls. And I watched the Bulls last night, and I still don't understand why New Orleans gave away Lonzo Ball. It doesn't make no sense in heaven.
Whoever their what's that dude? The little bald head dude that's their GM.
He's the Cleveland guy. Yeah,
they need to fire him.
Hey, before we dive,
GM.
Before we dive into that, can we talk about Joker defending himself?
Yeah, let's hit that first.
Oh, that's really? Is that the first?
NBA. And you know what? This goes along with the rule change too. And now we wanted to talk a little bit about the new rule change, as far as how they're calling the game. Now, let me just preface it. Not only did they, change the rules as far as offensive fouling goes, guys creating fouls, getting their shots off, creating extra, creating free throws basically by stopping and letting somebody run up your back. Oh, by kicking my leg out. Oh, by making arm contact. Oh, by doing windmill, the windmill arm movement in front of people. Okay, they cut all that out. But what this has led to is increased defense and an increased aggression. So this leads to the Joker Morris incident from the other night. Tyrone, why don't you just roll with this, man?
Game was pretty much over. Morris took a foul and elbowed Joker in the ribs.
Underneath his in his rib cage. I saw that, yes.
And Joker reacted and body checked him in the back.
Now body checked him while Morris had his back turned.
Okay. I'm like, Chuck, if you hit me, you better not turn around.
Now, this is my take on it. All right, Morris delivered a hard foul at the end of the game for no reason. Joker took offense, protected himself, and got him in the back. My opinion, I actually have no problem with either foul.
I have a problem with the Morris foul.
I didn't like the Morris foul. I didn't like either one of them, but I didn't have a problem with them.
So it's not a basketball play.
Yeah, this to me is not a result of anything to do with the rule change. This is just whatever they call a take foul at the end of the game. But it was in me. If you're going to take a foul in that situation, you do what you should do safely. You should wrap them up or rack them across the arms so they can see it's a foul. You don't hip check him in the ribs. I mean, he could have hurt his ribs. He's a big dude. And I think dude just lost his temper and just rammed him. So it's a bang bang kind of situation. It's almost better that Morris wasn't facing him, because that would have been a melee and multiple people would have been fighting and multiple people would have been out. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you're going to get...
Do you think Joker didn't do himself any favors by hitting him in the back? Do you think he should have ran up to his face and jacked him? You're saying no.
No, I'm saying he wasn't. That's not a thought. I'm saying he was. It looked to me like he just saw red and
He
ran.
went and got him.
Yeah, it was a bang bang kind of thing. Because Joker will lose his temper. I mean, Joker doesn't. I heard initially that he said he had to defend himself. I'm like, Joker.
That's what I'm saying. Joker gets beat up a lot, man.
Yeah, but Joker lays out on Joker. Joker
I
gets.
mean, he laid out Devin Booker last year
Did he?
in the playoffs.
I
Yeah.
missed that.
But he gives
Well,
it
good
to
for
people,
him.
man. He puts blows on people. He's not scared of anybody. I don't understand this. He just lost his temper.
Okay. Okay.
But I think the Morris, what is it? His brother getting on Twitter threatening people. I'm
Lord.
like, dude, I'm like, nobody's scared of you.
Well, you saw Joker's brothers clap back and even started a Twitter,
That
their
joke's
own
hilarious.
Twitter page for it. The Jokic brothers are gonna come and get you. Don't talk trash unless you want some, basically.
Right. They,
Like, leave it on the court. If you want to come after our brother, we will get you off the court.
but they
too.
use such good English.
And I ain't
Like,
messing with these guys from the Eastern Bloc. I'm sorry.
No,
You
man.
don't mess with these dudes. The Morris twins would be in a bit of trouble with these cats.
Man, them dudes are bomb North Philly, man.
Man, I knew some cats in my younger days from the Eastern Bloc, and I'm not messing with them because they have seen some things in their life. You know, that's a different level. You don't want to mess with those cats.
It's a different level of violence. I mean,
It is.
I think I heard somebody describe it's like, okay, yeah, y'all got your little gun violence or whatever, but I mean, they drop bombs in our homes. You know,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
play basketball around shells. Like
They run from tanks. I mean, they've been through a little bit more than people over here have.
Yeah, but it's about time somebody checked them Morris boys anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. I think he oversold the pain he was in when he hit the floor. I mean, he oversold it, man.
I don't know, man. That man put his shoulder into that. I mean, he's 280 something, man.
I mean, he checked him. Yeah, he checked him now.
You know, I rewatched it like 5 times, and Joker did get him pretty good. And it was straight in the middle of his back. It was. I get it. But come on, Morris is what, 240?
But I think
240?
I think this goes into the overall softness of the whole NBA.
Of the league, which is what I wanted to get into with the changes.
Somebody should have checked them before this. You know what I'm saying? Because the Morris brothers just been doing whatever they want since they've been in the league. I mean, since day one, nobody's come to them. They've been making a couple of scraps, but nobody's been like, nah, dude, this is not going to happen. Nobody. And I'm like, I can't believe that none of these big men, none of these centers, none of these power forwards have been like, all right, next play, let me, none of
checking them Morris.
You know what I'm saying? You don't never see them get checked.
They're considered the enforcers of this era almost.
They fake enforcers.
They're fake enforcers, yeah.
I mean,
they ain't no Ron Artest or nothing.
They're not Ron Artest. They're not Charles Oakley. They're not Antonio Davis. I mean, they're like none of these cats from the older generation.
And then Jimmy Butler, punk ass, he yelling, "Meet me in the back." I'm like, man, shut the hell up.
Hey, speaking of that,
he got
Jimmy
fined
Butler, man, is just
he got fined 30 grand.
Jimmy Butler, man, I don't really care for this dude that much anyway, and he's just whack, man. I don't even care anymore. He getting carried by his whole squad right now anyway. I want to see what he do in the playoffs. I mean,
but Jimmy is smoke and mirrors. Okay,
he is smoking mirrors. Yeah,
Jimmy's game is like a lot of good people we see in pickup games, right?
That's what I'm saying. He's not that good.
He's good, but he's limited. You know what I'm saying? He's limited. He's limited in what he can do, and he needs everybody to play hard. Now he's a great defensive player. He can get in the post. He can get that turnaround. But even when it's just, he's not that good. It's a little smoke and mirrors, and he's overachieving. So
agree.
But I don't know what this extra rah stuff was. Talk about
do you think Middleton is better than Jimmy Butler?
No. Same player.
I think Butler plays harder, but I think Middleton's a better scorer.
One is better offensively, one is better defensively.
They're kind of a toss-up.
But as an equal player.
They're about the same then.
Same player.
Okay, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
I think the
I
end
think
result.
Ben has a good point there. Butler's been an overachiever. I think that's a good point.
I think the end result on those two is they're pretty much the same player.
Mm.
Although, well, I don't know, man. When Jimmy can get his handles on and he can get people into the game when he's more of a distributor. But I might give him the slight edge on that. But I don't know.
Mm.
When they're both aggressive,
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
they're good ball players. But you could tell the difference when they're off.
Mm-hmm.
that's
You
true.
can tell it.
Tyrone got some gloating to do, man, with his Philadelphia 76ers balling out without the services of Embiid, without
Without
Harris, without Seth Curry over the last couple games. Someone's putting in work. Who's doing it for the
Maxi,
Sixers, man?
Maxi is balling. Maxi is he's proven that we don't need Ben Simmons. We got a point guard. We don't need Ben Simmons.
Okay.
I mean, like I said before in the last one, we get two solid players. We're a decent team. Yang is shooting the ball well. This guy named Paul Reed, I never even heard of him, came off the bench in the
Yeah, he's a
Milwaukee
good
game.
backup. He's a good backup.
I'm like, we got a solid team, and Doc coaches role players better. I mean,
does.
that's noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
So they're balling. They're balling right now. I mean, we didn't win against Milwaukee, but we shouldn't have even been close.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have even been close. So
Doc, and I think it's been proven, he's a better coach when he has lesser talent. He gets more out of the team of a team than having a bunch of superstars. He's better with a regular team. He just
Is it just because the lesser talent people listen more
I think so.
and the stars?
see,
They run
I'm
some
not-
plays. I think they run a play or two more.
but whatever happened to if your star doesn't listen, you sit your ass down.
That doesn't
What happened to what?
If your star doesn't listen, sit your ass down.
They don't do that no more.
only
Well,
Tom Thibodeau.
Well, that's stupid. Then that,
Who's Tom
that's your
Thibodeau
fault.
sitting down? He ain't sitting down nobody.
He sat down his whole starting five the second half. He said
That was probably more for defense than anything.
But he'll do it.
He'll do it, but like he'll do it like you see he did the whole starting five. He didn't single out nobody. You can't single out one player now. No one does that anymore.
No, that baby will.
Well, I tell you, what's the dude from Toronto that was coaching?
He'll do it. He'll do it.
No, the black dude.
Dwayne Casey.
Sam.
He benched DeRozan and got fired.
That's my point. You saw what happened.
That's a point.
That's my point. You saw what happened.
Most people don't bench their stars like that, but
I'm sorry if you're not playing well. I'm gonna sit your ass down and say you need to get your shit together, boy.
Hey, speaking of not playing well, the Hawks have lost 5 in a row.
Your boy.
Where the Hawks, hey, they ain't my boys. Oh, you talking about the coach?
I'm talking about Nate McMillan.
Hey, I'm putting this on Trey and whoever. I ain't putting it on the coach. I'm just saying, do y'all think the Hawks were a flash in the pan, or has the East caught up to them and the East is just better?
Them rule changes are hurting Atlanta right now.
Who are the rule changes hurting here? Are they hurting Trey? They're hurting Trey.
It's hurting Trey. I mean,
they're
he's
hurting
not
Damian Lillard.
Luka.
You think they're really hurting Luka?
Yeah, because he's crying to the refs all game.
Hmm.
I mean, he's crying all game. Well, I mean, we see what it's doing to James Harden. James Harden is not the same player. And I ain't even buying the hamstring because when he's wide open, he's not even hitting open jump shots.
Nah, he's not. He's
I don't
struggling.
know what's going on with him. He's not even shooting 2-point shots.
Mm-mm.
He's shooting all threes. He's not even taking 2-point shots.
You think he's still out of shape? Is that part of it?
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's trying to figure out some equation or what. I don't know what he's doing. But he's not. He's not taking late. He's not taking it to the basket, and he's not shooting pull-ups. It's ridiculous. And as much as I talk about Westbrook, his stats and Harden's stats are pretty much the same right now. Points, turnovers, field goal percentage, they're both trash if you looked at it.
Boy, turnovers are unbelievable for Westbrook. I don't get the Westbrook. I mean, for Harden, okay, yeah, he's struggling. Trey in Atlanta, yeah, I think the rule change has affected him. He can shoot the free. We all know that, but he's missing out on those free throw trips, which is hurting his average. And also, you know what? I think it's limited his drive to the basket. He's cut down on that a little bit because he knows he's not getting the call right now. So those floaters aren't there right now. Some of that inside game he had isn't there right now.
And that kick your leg crap out there ain't getting called no more.
You know what? And that's what I was wondering. I didn't realize. I mean, was Dame really that guy?
I told you he was.
He was not. Dame doesn't
I
play
didn't
that
think
way.
he was, but apparently he might be.
Right.
He doesn't play that way, and I haven't
So is this in his head?
But I haven't watched closely for him. But
they're trying to say it's the ball. Some people.
I heard that too.
I've heard that's the ball on the jump shot,
and I'm like, that's bull
that doesn't
crap.
make sense. I mean,
get used to this ball.
Yeah, should have been shooting.
I mean, you had a whole training camp to get used to the ball.
I want to look at Atlanta's games.
I mean, what's Dame averaging right now? Dame's averaging what, 18?
Dame is he's at 18. His biggest number is 25% from the 3-point line.
That's terrible.
That's horrible. So I don't know what that's about. But yeah, I'm just faking this though. Okay, the East, it's still early. Some of these teams are going to stay where they're at. Some of these teams are going to fall back. I don't see the Wizards remaining number one, well into All-Star break or after. But some teams I think will have staying power just because of the way they play. I think the Bulls are built to last. They got enough talent. I think the Knicks just play so hard that they're going to win 40 games easy. Philly, when they get healthy, they'll keep pushing along and they'll win 50 games. Milwaukee, they're in a bit of a downturn because they got some injuries and people in and out of the lineup, but I think they'll be fine.
I'm gonna read you this feed. 11 for 23, 2 for 13, 10 for 27, 6 for 22.
Who's this?
That's Dame Lillard's last 4 games shooting.
That Struggleville.
I mean, he's shooting 37%.
Yeah, he's struggling.
I mean, something's going up. Something's going on. I mean, is he not interested in being in Portland anymore or what?
Maybe the talk has got to him.
Or, I mean, is he facing more double teams? I think it's the rules myself. I think he's that guy that benefited from a lot of ticky-tack bullcrap, and it's catching up with him.
The Lakers got a pretty good win the other night. Russ hit a couple shots at the end to help him pull the game out.
After he almost blew the game.
What did he have? Like 8 turnovers last night?
8.
Yeah, 8 turnovers, yeah.
Yeah. I think the only positive the Lakers have really had, and I'm sorry, Anthony Davis isn't playing well. He's just not.
Is he overrated?
He's overrated to me right now. He was overrated to me last year and the year before. I think he's overrated, and he's not playing well right now.
I mean, if you're dependent on Monk to give you 21 points a game,
and Carmelo,
yeah, Carmelo to save the day.
Well,
Carmelo has been balling, and I'm happy for him.
I was hoping Monk would actually get some run this year, but
yeah,
I didn't. I mean, I didn't think he would have games like that.
Well, just wait until Nunn is available. I think Nunn, to me, they need to play these younger guys because the older guys, I don't think are going to be as dependable. You need Monk, and you need Kendrick Nunn, and the shooter, and I always forget his name, who had a pretty good game last night. You need those 3 guys to be in the rotation heavy, through this regular season and have them ready for the playoffs and for a run. I want to see what they look like when Kendrick Nunn gets back.
Who's your favorite out the West right now to make it to the championship?
Right now, it's Golden State.
I don't know, man.
I still got dibs on the Suns, but
The Suns.
Golden State is looking pretty good.
Golden State is looking pretty good.
Yeah, the Suns.
Um,
The Suns won their last 6.
Dude, NBA is reporting right now on this little Instagram thing that I look at. The Suns are going to trade DeAndre Ayton at the trade deadline.
Oh, if they do that, then I'm off. If they do that, I'm off the bandwagon.
then you're off the bandwagon. What do you
Yeah.
mean they're going to trade him? What are they going to trade him for?
Well, because they don't want to re-sign him. They don't want to give him the contract.
Wow.
So it's, they're looking at a trade option. So the Suns, I'm sorry. I mean, he was a big part of the Suns making it as far as they did. If he's not there,
that's a wrap.
No, it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Nah, they're done then. If that's the case, they're done.
If they're gonna gas up Kaminsky because he had that little game.
Well, if they're trading him, then they're hoping to get something back for him, right? So what are you going to go get?
This is what the report says right here. It says the Suns will likely end up trading DeAndre Ayton because they feel he isn't worth a max contract. Wow. Ayton is set to become a restricted free agent at the end of this year.
Okay. That is surprising to me, and I'm a little shocked by that. I knew they didn't want to re-sign him immediately, but I thought, hey, they'll work out some language, maybe not guarantee the 5th year or something like that, and get him, on that 4-year with an option or something, and get him signed. But it sounds like they're moving on.
Well, if you were Denver, would you trade Ayton for Michael Porter?
No, you already got a center.
Put him at power forward.
I mean, unless you want to play Joker at the 4 exclusively and make him a 4.
Yeah, play 2 big guys.
Yeah, but you got to make sure, as long as you can have Ayton on the court, I think Ayton can actually help him a lot. It would take some of him getting beat up, take the rebounding effort, the blocking shots, and just let him focus on playmaking and scoring.
Yeah. Ayton and Joker on the court at the same time wouldn't be bad.
Because Joker doesn't have to be in the post, and they spread the court so much in Denver. They do a good job of spreading the court there. So I don't think the post would be crowded.
They do, as long as Murray isn't there.
As long as he isn't there?
Yeah.
Correct. It does change when Murray's on the court. But that's a different type of game you're playing then.
But he's an ISO guy, right?
Yeah, he's an ISO guy.
Murray's an ISO guy, yeah.
And he hurts them, I think, because they play well when they play through Jokic.
Yeah. The court's more open. There's more movement. There's more cutting. I mean, those guys play different with Joker than they do with Murray as the playmaker.
But they need Murray. But they do need Murray.
Oh, they need him. They need a scoring.
I mean, you need a guy like him in a playoff game to get over the top sometimes. But they don't need him in the regular season.
All right, so let's do this then. All right, so who do y'all think will be leading into the clubhouse for All-Star break out of the West? Who do you think? I got Golden State.
Yeah, I got Golden State.
Per health, I got Golden State.
Okay.
Now, if Steph is hurt, then my pick changes.
Well, yeah, barring injury. But the way they are right now, man, they are just, their whole team, they are looking like the Golden State of old where everybody's just having fun, running around, getting shots. I mean, you had Wiggins popping off last night.
Yeah, he had a good game last night.
If you get that out of him every 3 or 4 games, you're going to be good.
Yeah. You know what's surprising is Gary Payton Jr. He's balling, man.
And he's dunking on people.
And he's only like 6'2", 6'3", right?
I mean, how tall is he? Because he looks like
he's not a big dude. He's a little dude. He's not a big dude. He playing like he's 6'4", 6'5", but he's not.
Right. He's
piping on people.
Yeah, he piping them, man. He getting them. He's like 6'2", maybe. I mean, but hey, good for him. So he's a good bench guy. Jordan Poole, he stepped his game up. He improved over the summer.
I wanna go back to the tapes when we started this NBA thing, and me Benjamin said that the Lakers would be 6, 7 seed. I just want y'all to know.
I don't think I disagree with that.
I don't think they're gonna be 6-7 seed though.
I want to
That's the
remind
problem.
you, Tyrone.
They're still, no, because the Lakers are not gonna be a 6-7 seed. They're struggling right now. What are they, 4 or 5?
Yeah, I didn't think the Lakers were going to win the West. I just thought in the end, when it comes down to it, they'll make it to the finals.
Mm.
You know, I'm kind of questioning that right now, just because of age and LeBron's out, and I just Westbrook doesn't look that great. So I'm kind of questioning that, but it is what it is, man. We gotta see what.
Everybody's struggling. Like Utah's 8-3. I ain't no believer in them. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I'm not.
Whatever.
But not everybody's struggling. The Wizards are not struggling.
There's only 1 or 2 teams that are not struggling right now. I don't think Milwaukee even has a winning record.
Well, they don't have any of their players.
They got a winning record. They're just struggling.
Nah, I don't think they do.
The only team that's been killing it has been the Warriors and the Heat up until they got slapped by Denver.
Milwaukee is 6-6.
Yeah.
Oh, they're 500. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
but they've had a lot
struggling. It's early.
There's a lot of people hurt.
Yeah, I think part of it also for this season is this is one of the shortest off seasons in history. I mean, these guys literally had 50 some days off before they got back into training camp. So it's been a short off season. And I think, guys aren't in shape, guys aren't ready. And play to me, NBA doesn't really start until after the All-Star break anyway.
Like, do we really think the Wizards and the Bulls are going to be the top 2 seeds in the East?
No, I don't think the Wizards are built for that. I think they're a good story for now, and I'm happy that they're competitive. But no, they're not going to be the number 1 team in the East. They might make it close to All-Star break, but once that All-Star break's over, the cream usually rises in the NBA.
I don't know. We'll see when LeBron gets back. See what happens.
All right, y'all.